So this video is for me to share with you experiences that I have had with sampling a number of fragrances. I think I'm going to break this up into two videos. Friends, I have sampled in the past couple of weeks something in the neighborhood of 50 fragrances. Woo! My nose is tired, my skin is tired, my brain, my heart, we're all tired. But about 25 have made the cut to share with you. These are ones that I have liked. So many of these are from ScentSplit. This is similar to the video that I did before, where I think the title was something like, "You must try these." Fragrances that I think are worth getting a decant of and sniffing to see if you like them. I also have a couple of full-size bottles that were sent to me for review. Well, one I knew that I wanted and I asked for. The other one is brand new. I actually purchased a decant of the second one. And then So Avant Garde asked me, did I want to try the bottle? And I was like, yes, send it on over here into my sticky little fingers. So let's start with a new release that makes me giddy here in my heart. It was released in 2025 from Maison, Mataha. I didn't even know that this was on the horizon. I ended up ordering a sample from ScentSplit. And as the sample was on the way, I got an email from So Avant Garde saying, hey, we have this in stock. We think you'd like it. Do you want to try it? And I said, put that thing in the mail to me right away. I love the description of it. This is called, oh, I'm going to mess up this name, Printemps Blanc. I don't even know if you say the S, Printemps Blanc. The notes are orange blossom and grapefruit at the top. The middle notes, jasmine, sambac, and white tea, and vanilla and sandalwood in the base. I have enjoyed this so much that I've worn it 2 days in a row. When do I ever wear a fragrance 2 days in a row these days when there's so much just sniffing it from the nozzle? Let me finish my sentence. When there's so much to test and enjoy. So let me just talk about some fragrances that come to mind. 100 Silent Ways pops up, and I'm talking about the soft, creamy powderiness and beautiful sort of white floral nature of 100 Silent Ways. I also got a little bit of that Miss Fuchsia from Juliana's Perfumes. If you haven't seen that video, please do check it out. Miss Fuchsia is a combination of Princess by Killian and Oriana. It's like a mix of those two, an inspired mix of the both of them. And it is a glorious, beautiful, soft, sweet, feminine fragrance. This is so delightful to put on. It's like dreamy and airy and fluffy and pretty and girly. It has the most delicate nature and sweetness to it. And it's like such a balance of all of that. You feel light on your feet, clean, feminine, gorgeous. So in terms of the longevity and projection, I would say this is one of those fragrances you spray on for a few hours, like a date night or to wear it to bed, or if you're just at home and you're getting ready to watch a movie and you want to smell fluffy and cute, this is a great one. I don't think this is the kind of fragrance that's going to last you the entire day. That said, the couple of days that I wore this, I was mainly out running errands by myself and so forth. And when I came back, I didn't bother asking anyone if they smelled this on me. So, in fairness to the fragrance, I can't really say about the longevity. My sense is that it's not more than about half a day. And I would say this is a very soft, subtle bubble of fragrance around you. Again, not a projector. But what? A beautiful, intoxicating fragrance. Now, I don't see this on the So Avant Garde site yet. If it is available there when I post this video, I will link it below. I'll link all these fragrances below so that you can check them out if you're interested. But oh my God, winner. Winner, I would give the scent a solid 12 out of 10. Really beautiful. This is right up my alley these days. I'm very heavy on the white floral game as we go into late spring and summer here. Is it really late spring? Well, maybe by the time I post it, we'll be deep into spring at this point. And I'm also into softer, more subtle, pretty, comforting skin scents. And this ticks all of the boxes, all of them. And so the longevity is unimportant to me because the scent is so beautiful. So really, really big win with this one. Definitely check this out if you like soft, pretty girl scents that are not imposing. Okay. Did I mention 2 thumbs up? I mean, I can't praise this fragrance enough. It's one of those like you sniff it and you just can't stop smelling it. It's so, so good. Fluffy, soft, floral, clean, sweet. It's all of the things that I'm loving at the moment in fragrance. So if you remember from the last video, I tried 2 fragrances, one called Lick Me. Gosh, I hate that name. And Breathe Me, both from Michela or Mezzetti, or maybe it's Mezzetti. There's 2 Z's. So isn't that like pizza, like 2 Z's? If there are any Italians in the audience or Italian speakers, let me know down below. My husband isn't here for me to ask him. Anyway, ScentSplit was so kind as to say, if you really love one of the ones from what we sent you, let us know. We will send you the bottle. And here it is. So I chose Breathe Me out of the pack of fragrances that I tried last time to have in my collection. I do appreciate this this really interesting sticker here. It's not just a regular old, like paper sticker. Not that there's anything wrong with that at all. It's a little bit more high quality. It's like in between a paper sticker and a plaque, kind of like the ones that sit on the Memo Paris new bottles, similar to that, but not quite as thick. I only bring that up to say that it has a nice feeling and an interesting design. I want to share with you a little bit of the description of this fragrance because it's really interesting. But more than that, I first want to share with you my own impressions of it. I will tell you the first fragrance that came to mind for me, and they're not identical, but they have some similarities, is Elysium Parfum from Roja. And it has that beautiful ombre effect bottle. My mind sort of went to that fragrance. There's a floral, salty freshness here. And I only bring up the word salty because it's in the description. And I know to think that now. If I didn't know that, I would tell you that this smelled airy and fresh and ozonic. But since I know it's intended to smell salty, like my mind totally picks that up now. Floral, like some purple florals and some bright white, happy florals, some fresh florals, a very airy nature. I love the concept of this fragrance. So let me share with you the description. It's intended to smell like a fragrant journey through the wind-swept landscapes of Tuscany, where the salty breeze meets sunlit citrus orchards. Oh yeah, there's a little bit of like a bright citrus. The fragrance opens with the bracing saltiness of the sea, the vibrant bitterness of, and I don't know how to pronounce this, Aperol. And I think that is like a bitter or a mixer that's used in alcoholic drinks, and the zesty brightness of orange carried by the airy freshness of the wind. In the heart, delicate wisteria and wild daisies intertwine with the velvety depth of red rose, so on and so forth. It also has poppy. The resulting experience is this harkens me back to the 90s scents that smelled like bright, fresh air. They were ozonic and they smelled like amazing hairspray plus florals. It just works in here and it's fantastic for this warmer weather that we're going into. I don't know that this is a fragrance I would reach for in the winter unless I was wanting to smell fresh and clean with a little bit of edge, because I think the interesting florals in here, like the wisteria and so forth. By the way, we have blooming wisteria. It looks like vines hanging. I mean, I realize that they come out of, are they a bush or a tree? I don't even know because I always see them sort of hanging over fences and things, but the wisteria are blooming here everywhere and it's a beautiful smell. So wisteria plus hairspray plus ozonic touches, and man, this is just fantastic and it works. If you like that sort of description, this is one of those sort of must-try fragrances. Let's get into some other hits from the ones that I tried. I didn't bring you all the stinky ones. I left those over in the other room. I'm just bringing you the winners here that I think are worth checking out. So I've been checking out a brand called Conde Parfum, and I've been really surprised by their offerings. And one that really touched me in an unusual way is called TABAC Door. I don't know why I'm showing you this. I'll put the picture up of the fragrance. There's no point in showing you this. So I was expecting this deep tobacco fragrance, and you get that, plus this amazing, fresh, zesty lemon note. I know, like who would have thought to pair tobacco and lemon? I would have never guessed that. I would have liked that combination, and it just works. It's simultaneously bright and cheerful and sunny because of the lemon, like it has that lemon zing and brightness, like the color yellow or the color orange, like sunlight, right? And it has depth and complexity and this sweet tobacco background. And I think this is fabulous. The lemon hangs around for quite a bit of time. And then deep in the dry down, you get more of that really warm sort of tobacco, maybe even that sort of ambery or vanillic dry down with the tobacco. Oh, I was right. It has vanilla and tonka bean in the base, which I think come through prominently. So this is interesting. The top notes is actually not lemon. The top notes are guava and grapefruit, but the effect on my nose is like a zingy lemon. I mean, it's like undeniable, almost like a lemon head. Like when you the lemon head starts to dissolve in your mouth, you get both the tanginess and the sweetness of the inside of the candy. Ooh, this is really good. Now, ladies who like mostly feminine fragrances, you may want to try this one first, but I think that lemon head sweetness may win you over with the depth of the other notes in the background. This is a winner chicken dinner. I'm giving Tabacdor maybe something like a high 7, 8-ish out of 10. Next, forgive me, I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce this. Cerana from Nectar Olfactiv. So, according to Fragrantica's votes, the main accords are fruity, tropical, and oud. So, For those of you that like fragrances from Kajal, if you've tried those, the square bottles with the really interesting tops on them, if you like that kind of DNA where it's deep, it does have some oudiness, maybe some heavy musk, it smells exotic, a sort of like traditional Middle Eastern smelling fragrance, you may enjoy this one. I don't feel like I get a whole lot of tropical aspects of this. So notes here include mango, lychee, black currant, rose and geranium in the middle, oud, musk, labdanum in the base. I feel like this is an oudy fragrance. And so I'm just going to stop there because I know a lot of the audience isn't into oud, but to say that those of you that are, if you like a good, deep, oudy fragrance that is smooth and it smells exotic and wonderful, you may want to try this one out. So this isn't, just to be clear, this isn't one that I would want to add to my collection, but I'm featuring it for those of you that enjoy that kind of scent profile. It even smells a little bit tobacco-y. Gosh, that's good. For oud lovers, I would score this something like a 7 out of 10. Then from the same house, Nectar Olfactiv, we have Ambre Cristal. I was really interested in trying this because of the notes. This is a new fragrance. At the top, there's berries, cinnamon, cardamom, nutmeg. I think I just get sort of a general spiciness there at the top. In the middle, incense, saffron, leather, and rose, and then some deep notes in the base. Oud, tonka bean, amberwood, sandalwood. It's interesting with both of these that I just tried, Cerana, or however you say that, and this Ambre Cristal, because they are a strong departure from the first four that were released from the brand Etoile de Bali, Melipona, which I have and own, a beautiful, soft, feminine, girly, vanilla, Secret or Secret de Nil, and then Supreme Nectar. These are very different. This one, Ambre Cristal, gives me vibes of Saffron Lazuli from Carolina Herrera that has saffron and leather components to it. It's smooth, it's nice. If I didn't already have something like saffron lazuli, this would be a good option. It has incense in the fragrance as well, which adds some intrigue, some mystery. Lovely winter fragrance. I wouldn't wear this in heat. And because it's interesting, I'll give this one a high 7 into the 8 category as well. I'm going to hop back over to Conde Parfum, the same one that did the TABAC door, to share with you a fragrance that I unexpectedly really enjoyed. Just judging from the notes, I thought I might like it, but it's doesn't smell like what I would expect from the notes. This is called Ambre Beige. And so I don't especially love the whole bottle design with the cap, but that's okay. It's also not a distraction for me. This is a lovely, beautiful, very warm, almost like a nutty, grainy, oracey smell on skin. This is one that I have tried on skin and enjoyed and wore overnight and thought it was really pretty. It takes you on quite the journey. It opens up soft and almost like the thinnest layer of very subtle, something like a honey smell. It's not thick though. It's very thin and delicate. And then behind that is like this powdery, oracey, grainy smell. By grain, I mean like wheat, like that kind of a smell. And I like it. It just kind of works. And there's almost like a nutty, like a wheat germ kind of smell. Maybe that's a good way to put it. And the two together just work beautifully. Soft, warm, like very sensual, heated up skin in the sun. And as it settles down, it becomes this like complex yet softer vanillic skin scent kind of, I don't know, your skin but better fragrance. This is beautiful. I want to share some of the notes. Top notes, rum and sweet orange. In the middle, cinnamon, caramel, benzoin, orris, cardamom. I mean, I couldn't pick any of those out individually. In the base, amber, vanilla, cacao, labdanum, and cedar. This is so warm and cozy. Reminds me a little bit of the Estee Lauder fragrance called Sensuous with more warmth added in. It's like if that fragrance had additional vanilla, some orris touches, that weedy, I keep saying that, that wheat germ kind of soft smell, add some nuttiness to that. This is really good. It's definitely on my radar. I've been thinking about it since I wore it, and it's sort of at the top of the list of these to maybe consider purchasing at one point. Maybe even getting a travel spray. I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember to rate these for you. Ambre Beige, I would probably give a full 9, maybe even go on and give it a 10 out of 10. And the only reason that I'm hesitant on that is because the bottle design I'm not so crazy about, but that fragrance is magnificent to me. It is really good. I had a super interesting experience with this next fragrance. You know, I'm in love with the house of Widian, and this is Samar or Samar. Fabulous fragrance, but this isn't for me. This is, first of all, a very masculine smelling fragrance. It reminds me of something in my youth that I can't put my finger on, but I'm gonna tell you what I wrote on the blotter here. This smells like sexy beef jerky and barbecue liquid smoke. This is reminding me from some man in my past who maybe smoked tobacco pipe. I don't smell tobacco in here, but just that sort of comforting smell of the of tobacco pipe, who was like rough and tumble. He wore leather and maybe there was a little tiny bit of cigarette smoke on him as well. It doesn't smell like cigarette smoke. I'm just talking about the vibe of it. It's a pretty badass fragrance. It's like smells incensey, leathery, like beef jerky, sexy beef jerky. Sexy beef jerky. I think it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful. I don't want to wear it. Would I want my husband to smell like this? Abso-freaking-lutely. This is one I may, like, do a drive-by spritz because I don't think he'd like it out of the nozzle, but I think it would smell amazing on him. So I'm just gonna do a little drive-by spritz, like, get him on the shoulder when he least expects it, and then it's gonna smell good on him, and he's gonna see my reaction. He's gonna see my reaction, and then maybe he'll like it. Oh, I'm not crazy. It looks from the description like the perfume house intended for that sort of vibe, not the jerky part, but the other part to come across. It opens with a fresh, smoky blend, evokes the comfort of a crackling fire. Yes, it smells like hearth. I always say hearth, isn't it hearth? Hearthside. It has a rich, lingering finish that feels both grounding and enduring. Magnificent. Bravo, bravo on this fragrance. And I can't wear it. It's way too masculine for me. I'm hoping that my husband is into this one because dang, sexy beef jerky and fireside. Sexy beef jerky and fireside smell. The second from Widian, I'm a silly girl. I probably should have just blind bought this in the So Avant-Garde sale while it was 30% off. This is called Rose Arabia Cotton. I was going to say white because my mind is on Rose Arabia White, which is amazing. 100 out of 100 fragrance. That one is so beautiful. One of my sort of ride or die, gorgeous, like ethereal, heavenly, you are an angel floating through the sky kinds of scents. This one isn't far behind, this cotton one. I mean, it's not quite as ethereal as that one, but this is pretty dang fantastic. The perfumer or the nose, as you call it, is Marie Salamain. It smells like fluffy, delicate florals and freshness and coziness. Like the smell of a fragrant bubble bath plus soft cotton smell. Like if you could wrap those up into a texture in a fragrance, it might be something like this cotton. So, notes here honey, green tea, and lemon at the top. I would not be able to tell you any of that except that perhaps that honey lends the nice sweetness that I sense in here. And it's not a thick honey like you might have in other fragrances. Jasmine, orange blossom, heliotrope in the middle. I think that heliotrope is probably lending that's really soft, cottony texture to this. Patchouli, cedarwood, cedarwood, and vanilla in the base. Mmm, so good. It's got depth, it's got body, yaddy, yaddy, while being cottony and sweet and soft and delicate and floral. And it's beautiful. Top of the list, along with Ambre Beige, pretty dang fantastic. Right up my alley in terms of the kinds of fragrances that I really gravitate to. Beautiful. All right. I don't know that I want this next fragrance, but it's one of those like if it was gifted to me or if I had a travel spray or something, I would probably wear it. It's from Brandt and it's called London Fog. Is the London Fog brand still in business that makes the raincoats? And I remember that from growing up. I haven't paid any attention to that brand in forever. So let me know if they're still around. But the image that comes to my mind as I think about the name of the fragrance and sniff this is when I think about London in general, lots of rainy days, right? Or overcast days. So I think about the beautiful sort of cobblestone streets in certain parts of London, narrow alleyways, and a trench coat on, and you've got a cup of tea in your hand. So this is tea and citrus and something comforting in the background. Look, the image that comes to mind for me is I'm at a conference and it was cold outside, so I was freezing coming in the door, and I was glad that they had coffee and tea service in the back of the room. And I went and I made myself a cup of tea, Earl Grey tea or whatever tea, it's Earl Grey that's in here, and you squeeze some lemon in it. And as you bring it up to your nose, you realize, oh, it needs a little touch of honey. So you put a little honey in there and there's some sweetness. So you have the tea tone, the citrus tone, and the sweetness sort of combining together, and the heat of the tea is rising up to your nose, and you have this beautiful scent that's comforting as you sip your fragrance. You don't sip your fragrance as you sip your tea, your hot tea. That's what comes to mind here. There's vanilla and musk in the fragrance that's in the dry down. It's really quite nice. I would rate this fragrance probably a solid 7.5 for what it is, and not one that I want on my list necessarily, but I like it. If you have tried Unknown Pleasures from Kerosene, it's similar to that, except it's even softer and smoother than that fragrance and more on the unisex side, although I think it has some feminine tones in it as well. This is quite lovely and one to check out, especially if you are a tea lover and the idea of tea and citrus together is attractive to you. I don't especially love this next fragrance, but I thought it was interesting enough to share for those of you that like what I'm going to describe. It's called 10 a.m. FLIRT. What a cute name, by the way. I hope I'm pronouncing the brand right. Kierin. When I first sprayed this, I hated it. I was like, ooh, get that away from me. It's foul. And as it dried down, I was like, this is actually kind of interesting and very pleasant. So it opens very strongly. It's like super green. There's fig in the fragrance. It's like green and sharp and a little like chemically. It just feels like a bunch of chemicals all mixed together. Like it singes your nose, but that starts to fade off in about 30 seconds. And then you actually get like a sort of fruity fragrance that has some sweetness and it's delicate and it's floral. It stays woody throughout. It has a creaminess to it as it dries down. The main notes voted on Fragrantica: gardenia, fig, cashmere wood. I can see that. The fig here is very thick and creamy and green, so be aware of that. Or maybe the gardenia is lending the creaminess, I'm not quite sure. But floral and fruity from the fig note. The fruitiness gets a little bit sweeter as it dries down. So fig lovers, rejoice. Do check this out. 10 a.m. FLIRT. What a cute name. Also from the House of Brandt, and this one took me by surprise. Very, very lovely sandalwood fragrance. You have to enjoy sandalwood. It's a very soft, creamy sandalwood. I don't know why I'm showing you this. Bois de Santal. Fragrance up on the screen, of course. I love that this is a creamy sandalwood. If I had to choose, I prefer the one from Christian Provenzano, Santal d'Indian. Is that what it was called? Or Santal Indian. Absolutely beautiful. That one is more creamy and rounder. This is like a drier, woody fragrance, and it does still have some creaminess to it. Those two things exist in here, creamy and dry at the same time. I will say this is one of those fragrances that if you're prone to smell pickle and sandalwood, you're probably going to pick it up in here because of the kind of sandalwood that it is. But I think it's fantastic. If you're a sandalwood lover, this one is dry and spicy, like I said, with that like a creamy undercarriage, and it just works. It has like, as it dries down really, really further into the dry down, has like this almost exotic shave cream background. Doesn't smell lavendery or anything of that nature. Because when you think of shave cream, sometimes people think of the aromatic notes. This is like a woody, creamy shave cream. Oh, so good. Beautiful. This is beautiful. I would give this a solid 8.5 or so out of 10. Definitely one for woody lovers and sandalwood lovers to check out. Bois de Santal. Fantastic. Dang, that's good. Let me also talk about day 3 and one that I really enjoyed from their discovery set. There are some real beauties in the lineup. They sent over for me to try Aylin or Island. I'm not quite sure how to say the name. And that is a lovely fragrance. By the way, that one ended up reminding me more of saffron lazuli as well than anything else. When I first tried it, I thought it was maybe a little bit more tobacco vanilla-y, but I tried it again and it had sort of a completely different vibe. So the fragrance that I want to feature, and this is another deep, sultry fragrance. I feel like this has been the theme of this video. Like most of these have been perhaps cold weather fragrances. This is Amber Dominicano. Oh, wait, is it called that? Yeah, Ambar Dominicano. Ambar Dominicano. Ooh, this smells like a cigar lounge on crack. So good. Very masculine. However, I would say for those of you that are into exotic fragrances and you don't mind if it leans masculine, it's not traditional cologne at all. And I think ladies can pull this off and smell freaking sexy. I mean, this is the kind of perfume that makes you purr. Woo! I don't know if this is smoky or if I'm just imagining that. So give me a second to look up the notes here, but it smells very tobacco-y, ambery, almost like a fresh cigar smell. Look at these notes: Coca-Cola, lime, lavender, passion fruit. I don't get any of that. Middle notes, here's where things get interesting: cinnamon, rum, honey, immortelle, divana, red wine. Rum, yes. Honey, yes. Maybe something floral, maybe. Base notes: benzoin, vanilla, sandalwood, patchouli, and rock rose. But the effect is sexy cigar lounge. For the lady that wears this, she is in a long black dress. She's got the push-up bra on, her high heels. She came to impress the room. She came to impress. She came to be seen and noticed. And she'll steal your heart. This is intoxicating. Really, really good. Amber Dominicano. And I think that wraps up this round of fragrance sampling. So again, top choices are the 2 bottles that were sent. Printemps, or how do we say this? Printemps Blanc? Printemps Blanc. Breathe Me. Beautiful, both of these. I have on my list Ambre Beige from Conde Parfums, Cotton from Widian. I'm keeping my eye on London Fog because I think it's interesting. And if my husband's interested, Bois de Santal would be fantastic for him. I hope you enjoyed today's fragrance reviews. Keep in mind that most of this is just a general sampling experience. I haven't worn these for a full day except for the Ambre Beige and the 2 bottles, which I have worn. The rest were just sort of surface skin sampling experiences here and there. Let me know your thoughts on these if you've tried any or if you're intrigued by them. They'll be linked down in the description. I do have a discount code for SCENTSPLIT. It's Veronica 10. And then if you decide to try to shop this Maison Mataha bottle, if it comes in stock on So Avant-Garde, my code there is Veronica20 for 20% off the bottle. I think it's worth it. Fantastic. And for my gentlemen in the audience, my top picks are AMBAR Dominicano and Samar, the sexy beef jerky with the fireplace vibe. All right, I will see you in the next video where I will do more sampling like this. Take care.